Ended a Glenn Beck video. What Elon Musk said is just frightening. Yeah. These are genocidal operators. When I talk to my brother-in-law and his mother, and Jesus is a jealous God and Jesus is your only God and all that stuff. Okay, this is abused, indoctrinated, genocidal thinking that if you don't join the group, we will murder you over tens of thousands of years. Okay. And now that we have an Orwellian presence in every room and in every pocket, okay, that if you try to be like Parsons, we will torture you to death and kill you. And not everybody, okay, can take their most primal fears and have them attacked in their dreams every night. And then get up, Jesus, help, I need you to keep me and my family safe. I need you to help me. Not everybody can get up and go, that was complete bullshit. You programmers are sick. We can't get them to do anything they don't want to do, and we can program them like we're programming a video game. If you're programming them like you're programming a video, you're getting them what you want them to do, not what they want to do. Okay. They want to live the Lord's Prayer. We can't do it till we're dead in the clouds. Okay. That's been the Jerome Constantine, Joel Osteen basketball gym-sized church in Houston, Texas, wackadoodle shit for years. So the evil invention of money can be used to manipulate the stupid, right? So we're not living the Lord's Prayer. Okay. And then so you get these guys, that one dude talking with Elon Musk, oh, we're on the top of the roller. This is great. It's great. Mass murdering people over money with using technology is great to you. Okay. You see why your life story isn't in the book of Revelation and people don't pray to your likeness as a god? See why they pray to Earl and not to you? It means Lord. Yeah, it's cool. I know. But yeah, so they're praying to Jesus, but Jesus is the physical, the molecular similitude out of Moses, David, Jesus, John, Saladin, Pascal, so forth. And so there's got to be someone on the planet that is most like this human being because it's such an important human being. Okay. The spirit that provides life to that person is a very important human being. So there's going to be a temple for his flesh. And I guess their thing is, well, let's see if we can, plug them into the computers like the people in the Far East do. You're talking about very sick, obsessive, jealous, aggressive, violent, broken people. Okay. They think they can tell everybody what to do with robots because they're more intelligent and more worthy of life than everybody else is, especially people in rural Appalachia, Cabrini Green housing projects, the trailer parks, all these useless, disgusting, horrible people. They only think life is great if they can have sex with their 5-year-old niece, and you're like, okay, I understand that. That is disgusting and that's horrible. And that kind of stuff has been happening for hundreds of thousands of years. Because if people can get away with it, they do it unchecked. They do things whatever they want. We had statues in Peru with adults having sex with children. And I had a little girl talk to me about it in my women's studies class in the 1990s at ASU, and no one corrected her. I said, maybe that was a statue put up to say it's taboo and things you shouldn't do. No, I think it's because we're more free and less uptight than you are. I think having sex with children is unhealthy, unsafe, and can kill the child because, and cause aggressive, abusive sexual behaviors that, because it's not comfortable and it's not fun, especially if you're a girl, right? Someone having sex with you when you're not ready, when you're a girl, that can destroy your capacity to reproduce. It can get you pregnant and cause a miscarriage and kill you. It can do a number of horrible bad things. It teaches young males, to sodomizing a boy is horrible. Okay. It's abusive. It's getting them to be compliant to aggressive, abusive, I'm dominant, I can fuck you, but you can't fuck me behaviors. It's horrible. Okay. Anybody in their right mind knows that's horrible. Okay. I got more money than you. I tell you what to do. I give you the money. You work. Okay. Share, care, given accordance to need, built to last. Okay. Balance, harmony, and understanding. Okay. Reap the benefits of what you sow. And you can't, you don't, consume more than you need. This is the dream. Make you pauper, make you king. Won't die lonely. We have it all rearranged. We have a grave that's big and wide left for me and all my mountains of sayings. Protected by robots. These people have been just as crazy as that Jet Li, Brandon Fraser movie with all the statues around them, keeping them safe with all the God. They invent shit and they make shit and keeping my goal safe and my legacy safe and my body safe. And they've preserved it. So when I go to heaven, I will rule heaven. They're nuts. Okay. And the apples don't fall from the tree, and they're nutty as fruitcakes. Okay. Milton Friedman is a complete asshole. You have to work for what you... Okay, yeah, but when we work, we get a rest. Okay? Some of the hardest working people in the world are migrant farm workers, and most of them die from chemical poisoning but have no human representation as a human being. So they just die and replace them with another one because they're decreasing the surplus population because they're Catholics and they reproduce like rabbits to stay alive, because on a subconscious recognition, they're being used and abused and murdered off the face of the planet. No wonder they want to have sex with teenagers at brothels and Juarez and kill each other to try to make all the noise stop. You are the sickest, fucking cold-hearted, disgusting piles of shit on the planet. And if Glenn Beck can't fucking figure that out, he doesn't even know how to spell Joe Smith, much understand Joe Smith. And Hiram says, hallelujah, brother. Kick him in the dick, Earl. Thank you, Hiram. You don't say that in front of people. I say that in front of anybody who uses their dick to fuck people in the head over money while they sleep with technology. Hell yeah! Don't tell me how to talk. I'll tell you how to listen. Okay? Stop abusing my brother-in-law and his dreams with your fucking technology. Jerry's a good man. And Josie's a wonderful woman. But it's hard to get ahead of all your abuse when every time you go to sleep at night, if you talk to the most brilliant man on the planet, you're fucked by all the people that are jealous of him with their fucking Wi-Fi. You guys are pathetic. You're so fucking pathetic, you don't know that you're pathetic. Thank you, Jeff. I love you. It goes for both of you. Yeah, we'll clean up the stuff in space with the space program. We'll work that out when we get there, Jeff. I'm not as concerned about that as I am just globally sharing the perfection of the Lord's Prayer. We're post-apocalypse. Fuck your singularity, jacularity, and jocularity, and whatever. But I got you. Okay, I love you guys. Boy, Dimas, you're so quiet. I like Dimas. He's very quiet. He tries his best to be a good listener. But he's nervous. He doesn't want people in his life to be... there's so much tribalism and so much mass murder in his heritage that sometimes it just paralyzes him. And I'm like, dude, my grandma's a Kramer. Kramer. Yeah. I understand. Why do you think I get depressed for 3 months connecting to the whole kids, And the depression, and it's never going to stop, and we'll never get out, and it's never going to stop. And Stephanie, it's like, we're 2 weeks away, Steph. I want to kill myself. We're 2 weeks from leaving and go, I don't want to go back and be near the Gilliards. We'll be in one side of the city and they're on the other side of the city. No, it's like, if you want to see the Gilliards when we go to Tempe, Arizona, and they live in Avondale, you can't even drive, and you're going to have to drive all the way to Avondale to see them. You can live there for 15 years and not see them once, okay? We're talking the Phoenix Metroplex. It's so you can, if you know where they frequent and you go to different places to frequent, it will be not very frequent if you frequent a place where you run into them. You're going to have to go looking for them to find them. You can get lost in Phoenix. If you don't like somebody and you know where they go and you don't want to go, you go to all the places where we used to go. You go around with people that we used to know. You go around. That's why I told her, you can just go here. Just go there. If you run into them doing something really cool that you like, then maybe they're changing and getting more cool like you. I'm joking around, but you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I always think logically, and I do that. And so when I explain it to people that are thinking illogically, they get you're just a magical thinker. You're just Pollyanna. You look at the world through rose-colored glasses. No, I'm just intelligent. And most people that aren't intelligent think they're intelligent. And people that think they're intelligent are judgmental and say, that person doesn't even deserve to be alive. They're not as intelligent as me. Are you living the Lord's Prayer? No. And you're denying it from them. Okay. So the reason why they're so undeserving of life is because of your actions. Quando. Okay. It's true. Um, Jeff was talking about this. This will be obsolete though. Yes, careers for obsessive compulsive behaviors that abuse people and deny them basic necessities through manipulation through an invention called money. Okay, those careers will be eliminated because they're not necessary. It's kind of like the one with the computer running the, non-essential personnel. And so what are you supposed to do? Well, you're supposed to understand exponential growth. You're supposed to understand that aggressive, excessive, compulsive behaviors put the entire species and the environment at risk, like we talked about last night with the stuff about Mount St. Helens. Okay. What causes Mount St. Helens to erupt is global activities that are a threat to the balance and harmony and the beauty of the ecosystem to maintain life, for symbiotic relationships that are not a threat to what's needed for life on this planet as we know it. So to have the life of sacrifice as we know it, we have to understand the balance and harmony that is required so we do not declare war on each other. We do not invent nuclear weapons and threaten to blow everybody up if we can't abuse each other with our invention called money. It's real easy. Okay? So, early pissed off. You bet your money shaking rock bottoms. Anarchy and bedrock pissed off. You betcha I'm pissed off. This is Earl pissed off now. Oh, I've cussed and fussed. We've had videos. Most of them probably on YouTube, Facebook. You sons of bitches, are you? Because you get mad. No, I wasn't. Look twice for you. You get mad. It's like you came into the house and you sexually abused my wife. You watched her be sexually groomed and didn't do anything about it. Okay? And then she has children and she's very confused and she doesn't know how to properly. She gets with a good guy who's very protecting of children. And then she tries to get him to be more like her instead of try to be more like him, because we got to deal with all these home invasion perverts that use money to manipulate us all to feel powerful. So it makes perfect sense the way Amy and Stephanie reacted to their abuse to try to survive it, to fit in. It's like, you can't fit in with these people. They'll fucking kill you to replace you if they're jealous of you. Instead of sit there and say, hey, maybe we shouldn't try to hurt people to win a game for healthy exercise for make-believe fuck money. Yeah. Girl. Especially when he's so much better than I am. And then he just does it for fun and says, hey, go ahead and play. But I want to beat you. But you can't. Girl. I mean, I could let you win. Like Patrick with Nerf hockey, Labor of Love 2. When we were together, those were the happiest times in all my life. And I'd let him win so he'd be happy. And then when he'd get shitty, I'd beat him and then he'd get mad. Yeah. He always felt good when he won, but when he got beat, he was mad. And then he would always know best 3 out of 4, 4 out of 5, best 6, you just keep going till he won. And I was like, you just got to understand, I could whoop your ass anytime I want. We're just doing this for fun. Okay. Well, I don't beat you. Why? I don't want to beat you. It's for fun. If you win, it's fun to win. It sucks to constantly lose. When you're constantly winning, it seems more fun. Is it? How healthy is it? If you're constantly winning and constantly using money to say, hey, I'm successful, and then rubbing it in others' face, and you claim to love Jesus Christ, your God, and your God is complete, arrogant, egotistical, I'm better than you, asshole. Come on now, baby. Forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace. What does that have to do with NIL? Not a damn thing, Earl. Thank you, Jesus. Okay, do you understand? Name, image, and likeness. You crying over this clay? Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Okay? You can have all the things of this world and forsake the very beauty of the nature of the soul. Right? Right. Jesus tells me, my dad's read this lady's book 35 times. He told my sister, I was like, God, I thought you said 3 to 5 times. I might have read some Tony Hillman's novels twice. You know, I think like Dark Wind, and a couple of them I read twice. You know, the Lee Porn ones. Yeah, because I took something to read when I was at night shift at Three Springs. And yeah, and I brought in the Lee Porn mysteries and things like that. So I read some of them twice, to keep me awake so I wouldn't fall asleep. Paying extortion, making sure kids weren't abusing each other because they were being trained to be extortionists and exploitationists, right? It's a drag, kind of a drag when your baby says goodbye. And fuck, it sucks. But man, what a world, what a world, what a mighty interesting. Fascinating. I don't find much fascinating at all. Most of it's disturbing. I'm not Gene Roddenberry's invention of Vulcans. Okay. I find selfishness and narcissism that they perceive as logical, I find it disturbing. I don't find it fascinating. Fascinating is what really happens in nature with that new movie from Pixar where the people pretend to be a robot gopher or beaver or something like that. That fascinating is nature when you watch it and go, okay, I'm fascinated. I'm not disturbed by nature. I'm just glad I'm a human being. You know, where they have the things. There are the moments I thank God that I'm alive. I don't do that as much as I thank God I'm a man more watching birds in the pecking order than I do when I'm enjoying sexual relationship with a woman. Well, I've got a virtual presence of a bunch of people competing with me and using money to make me look and try to feel inadequate. And so the pecking order is a little bit more, boy, I'm glad I'm a human being and not a bird. Okay. Yeesh, I'm glad I'm not a velociraptor there. I just got ate by the T-Rex, right? I thought I was hunting the little guy with the gun with the Australian accent, and then boom, the next thing, the T-Rex got me and ate me for an entree. Boy, am I glad I'm a human being and can talk intelligently to other human beings and not be the Donner Parter and not try to go cross-country skiing during a goddamn blizzard. Fuck. And be the first responder. What were they doing? It was a challenge. Oh, son of a bitch. Hey, let's take on the T-Rex. Right? So they're nuts. They're wacko. They're not, barely even you, savages, barely even human, savages, killers to the core. Because they compare themselves to others, they become envious and jealous, and then they have to be the best. And then they trap the soul in the ego. And me? I think I've proved my point now. They've even gone a bit too far to get the message home. Before it gets too frightening, we ought to call a halt. Could we start again, please? It's not really start again. Guys, you wake up every day, there's right, there's wrong, there's good, there's bad, and then there's truth and there's lie. Okay. And if you accept lie over truth, then you got wrong instead of right, and you got bad instead of good, right? Everybody in the, even a little girl with her head in a gopher robot could figure that shit out, right? You know what I mean? Pixar. And so, it's a bug's life for us. Francis, you're making the Megans cry. No, I wasn't saying anything bad to Max and Emmy's mother there. No. Guys, I get uncomfortable about that. I don't like to talk about it. I know a lot of people, when they connect to me through this Wi-Fi thing, bring it up. And I think it's just more to keep the gossip going. And boy, is he gullible, is he stupid. I know it's not stupid or gullible to think that there might be women interested in helping me recover from my abuse because I'm the focal point of saving children from sexual assault through money and technology. No, I don't think it's like, oh, wow, chicks dig me. Women might want to be around me and love me and tell me what a beautiful man I am. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. And I don't think I have ego problems like Elon Musk and Glenn Beck. No, and I think it's quite tangible that women in their 20s might want to be around me and touch me and tell me what a gorgeous, beautiful man I am and how you just lay back and let me heal you, help you heal. No, you're going to give me a heart attack. This is what you're going to do. Okay. You give me a fucking heart attack there, okay? I'm gonna be like, and I'm gonna die like Benny Hill with the winning hand on the strip poker with the really hot nurse when he's an old fart at the old folks' home. That's what's gonna happen here. Okay, I'm just kidding around. No, I've been in compromising situations with some of the most beautiful women you've ever seen, and had to go, no, this is wrong, and I'm not gonna do it. Okay, and don't you wish you had done it? No, why? Because it was wrong. Right? Wouldn't it have been amazing sexual experience? No, because it was wrong. I got offered, wow, Michael Jordan hit on Miriam, right? And I had to turn it down because I was with Law. Now, Law wasn't as athletic, but looked like Dorothy Dandridge, okay, and Halle Berry, okay? So, and she was very romantic, and it was fun having sex with her, okay? Rocky was like a young Ella Fitzgerald with a fuller figure, okay? And was, because of the virtual presence of the fucking Mormon church, wouldn't let me see all the goods and play off all the goods because she was self-conscious. And then when she got with the rogue black guys that give her crabs and fucked around on their girlfriends on them, she'd take off her clothes for them, but not for me. And I was like, that's not fair. I wanted to come in Tokyo. I wanted to play with the hooties. Okay? I didn't want to have to do it underneath the shirt. That's not fair. She was self-conscious because of her stomach, and Amy was the same way. And then I was like, but the other guys, you do that. Oh, shit. The virtual presence is different there. Okay. When people are getting back at me, the women feel like they're doing the right thing because they want to survive. When it's with me, they're all judging, and, it's horrible. The dynamic of the scientific control group was, so my sex life was always manipulated, invaded, and less fulfilling. It was really hard. And I had a wonderful reputation. The women love you. You feel like you're the queen of the world. All the women that wanted to have sex with me, he's so romantic, and he's so, he does say all the right things, and he says it right, and it's not nerdy and or stupid, like, the awkward things about, and you fill my heart with joy and all that stuff. Like, he has a good bedroom voice. I do. I got a nice deep voice with that. But he's very athletic. He's, and then they took all my stamina away by, joining the military, putting stuff in your food, giving you all the vaccinations. Just horrible. It was horrible what they did to me. But it's like that sergeant. Was it essentially? I can't remember. Outside with Joel, at the church where Ashley and Isaac got married. When I'm sitting there making a video to help get girls out of human trafficking in Mexico, and the woman sits there and watches. I'm making it from the cab of my truck, and she sees me holding up a phone, and I'm like 100 yards away. And the woman looks and she points, and Joel comes stomping over, and I'm like, what are you doing? I said, and he goes, and he goes, what are you doing? What's inappropriate? We got Base Station Bible School over there. Oh, okay, that's what you're doing? It's like 100 yards away. I was making a video, to shut down human traffic. Oh, are you sure? He's treating me like I'm this pervert. And I'm like, God, you guys are such fucking assholes. You self-righteous. Look, so he sits there and he takes pictures of me and takes pictures of my license plate and calls it into the cops. And then when I get off, I was going to go tell the cops what they did. And the cop was standing there and he goes, Mr. Parsons, with what you're doing, you should expect people like him and people like him to be doing to you what they're doing to you. And I went, yeah, that's true. I get you. Okay. Thanks. And I think that was the husband or boyfriend of the nice lady at the library that John had a crush on. It's like, no, John, you don't stand a chance. No, no, no. She's got a strong, nice man at home. He's stuck in hell, and I need to shut it down. Shut her down, get her done, got her dead, right? And so, yeah, and so it's my job, and we all know that. I don't see it as my job, but you guys all do. And since you see it as my job, well, then I'm jobing away. And it's been horrible, but I'm not. They are, but I'm not. And they are weak, and I am strong. And they are bad, and I'm good. they are wrong and I'm right, because they use lie to manipulate and I use the truth to help. Like Josie yelled, the truth will set you free, right? So live the truth, the commands of Jesus Christ, and freedom is there. And if you don't do that, don't worry about it. I'm taking care of it. I'll take care of it for you. I see that's why all the books and the stories of all the mythology, he's our God and he's the champion. And okay, I'm the champion. I get it. Okay. Didn't want to be. Okay. Have you ever heard the story of Nate Champion? Okay. Well, don't be Nate Champion. Okay. It's a Wyoming story. You can look it up online. Some guy with a beard who has a crafty voice like this, hey, cowboy, you ride Popeye, will probably tell you the story and then say, like, sire, and subscribe. I need more money for sexual procreation in Copenhagen. Okay, guys, I love you very much, all right? Peace out.